Okay. We got a video clip of this joint here. Let my Brody run that one up quick, and then we'll get into it.
There's players in the
Do
NBA
the NBA
that are not as
players have
good
the
as some
same love?
players that are not in the NBA.
Being in the league so long, you realize how many don't love the game of basketball, who take it for granted, who feel so entitled, who just want everything that come with it, but don't want to put the work in. It's so frustrating.
I don't know, JJ, but I personally think 85% of the guys in the NBA don't truly love the game of basketball.
I'm not going to disagree with that. I mean, I don't know what the number is, but it's high.
I don't necessarily think that the 450 people or however many there is in the league are the very best people in the world. I don't believe that.
Like, we played in an era where you had to earn everything. You know what I mean? So you got so many guys coming in thinking, like, they just should be playing because they homeboy told them they nice.
You know, guys don't even shoot half-court shots. They want to fuck up their numbers. Like,
bro, you're not good.
Preparation. How prepared are you?
Can I go first?
Yeah, of course, Mills. You go ahead, man. Take it off, bro.
I believe I talked about this, or if I didn't, but I'm gonna talk about it now. NIL literally is going to be, it's a good and it's going to be the detriment to sports. It was something about literally you showing your talent, your God great gift that you have, and literally working hard for it. Literally loving the passion, the artwork that you put on the floor, the field, the rink, anywhere. It doesn't matter. And nowadays it's just about, all right, I can make this certain amount of money, and I'm gonna continue to make this certain amount of money as long as I'm doing this, as long as I'm doing that. All right, cool. But the love, the passion, the grind for it has gone. Like it's out of here. It's now just looked at as easy money, and if I continue to make it easy money, I'm gonna just continue to make the easy money, But yeah, it's long gone. The older heads back in the day used to just cherish it. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like I'm here, like I've literally fought this hard because guys were better than me, and I had to fight to literally show them that I could either be on that same platform or I could show that I can be better than you. You know what I'm saying? So I talked about NIL because it's like you're giving kids just money over it. They don't have no struggle. There is no like, this is all I got type of time. And like, it's just like, I bet, like, let me continue to do this. And because I got the politics behind me, I got the media behind me, I'm going to just keep winging it. No hunger. That's all I got to say.
Facts. Straight facts.
This kind of ties into the Embiid thing, but I'm going to let you go ahead, Adventure, because I know you super passionate about this too, just like me and Mills. So go ahead, sir.
Listen, I agree with Mills 200%. All he said was straight facts. Yeah, I'm big on this, man. I'm big on competitiveness. I'm big on grinding for it. And it just shows now in the league. For the last couple of years, these guys got these big fat contracts, except for these, superstars like Steph Curry, whatever. These guys perform every night. But some of these guys get this big contracts, and right after they got their contract, they disappeared. They completely disappeared. It's not the same. No competitiveness. It's gone. It's gone. So is there better players out there from different leagues, Europe, Africa's leagues, all of that stuff that should be in the league that'll be playing harder for this contract? And like Mill said, you give these college kids all of this money. There's no hunger. There's no competitiveness. They already got money. But at the same time, though, that's why I've never respect college basketball or college football or anything, because for me, for years and years and years, they made millions and billion dollars off these kids. Now, at the same point, we got to keep it real. Some of these kids after college, they're in the video games. They ain't get nothing for those, right? All their likeness, everything. They sell, sell clothes, all these stuff for these kids. They get nothing, right? Now they want to come and now they get this. So it just messed up. The whole system is messed up.
Okay. All right. You might as well cue me up for this one, bro. So, I'm happy that kids are actually getting paid legally in football because in basketball too. Because Mills and Da Vinci can attest to this. They were getting paid already. It was just hush hush money. We forget about that story that came out about the bag man like 2 years ago. That federal indictment that came down on how many teams and how many not teams, but how many colleges that were involved in. All of a sudden this kid come to school and his mama got a new fridge, and you know what I mean. Like the hunger was still there, but they were paying them pennies. Now they're getting paid millions. You know what I mean? And it's not even from the college. Somebody at BMW goes, "Hey, you know what, man? Let's put this kid in a couple commercials and get it going on." I feel like it's not just the money; it's society, it's the culture now to get more for less.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get more for less. So, there's a story about the college kid. I forgot his name. Sorry, people. I should have done a little bit more research on this one. My bad. But he left from one college university to play football to another one because they promised him $100,000. He gets 4 games in. They ain't pay him his money. Guess what he does? Well, I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm done playing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to pay me my money? I ain't playing. And that's fair. Agreement is an agreement. But when you get into these pro athlete arenas where people are paying their hard earned money to come watch these guys play, and they're taking nights off because of this, because of that, and you look at the older players like Mills was saying, KG, he came straight out of high school. He's like, yo, I'm not staying in college. I'm not going to college. My family need his money. He ain't got no time for this. Came in, worked on his game, worked on his craft. I think a lot of it now is almost the social media era is just ruining things in the sense of people wanting clicks, likes. They don't care about the actual end result unless it emboils them or gives them some sense of what's the word? Sorry, I'm stuck, people. Some sense of belonging in a world of fakeness. Do you know what I mean? When Da Vinci's sitting there saying, "I need somebody to play basketball," that's crazy. You hear DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, who's been injured, and I rate Lonzo. I don't care what nobody says. He a good, not great. He a good player. Just injuries. When they said, "I don't believe these are the best players," you think it's hate? I don't think it's hate. I think it's them being in these locker rooms and seeing these guys going to the club every night. That's why guys like Kobe, Jordan, you know what I mean? For even a lesser tier or a lesser state, Iverson, he partied the whole offseason. I forgot that clip. I should have sent that clip. Partied the whole offseason. Come in, he got it. That's good that you have the gift. But not everybody who has the gift is gonna get those breaks.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And talent will always lose to somebody who works harder. How many years, Da Vinci, you hear me getting on about James Harden being a pylon cone? He still is, but at least he tries to play defense.
Yeah.
Now, he's not taking time off, but you look at somebody who we like to compare to, like Damian Lillard, who's an actual cone. Like, he's a bus stop. He ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And these guys that come in, you see Luka, who doesn't play a lick of defense, to be honest. He tries, but it it's a very touchy subject in the sense of comparing the old to the new guys now. But Zion just got another injury. You know what I mean? I don't know what all of our stuff is so advanced that it's made us dumb. You done cue me up. But does that make sense?
Man, and I know we're here to talk about sports.
Yeah.
But I can't help not to say this. What's in the food products, what's in today's science, whatever's in the sneakers, whatever's there, it's deteriorating our kids' bodies. I've never heard, and I've probably said this many of times, but the amount of torn ACLs that's happening, the amount of now hamstring injuries that's happening was never a thing when I was growing up.
Yeah, facts.
Never a thing. We all probably in our mid-30s going towards 40, and it never was a thing. So where's this coming from? Why is our body shutting down the way that it is? You know what I'm saying? Like you literally had Sean Kemp, who probably, if not, was bigger than Zion Williamson, flying the way he was, coming down on the same type of body type.
Mhm.
This never was a thing for him. So, even with Ja, like it started with Derrick Rose, but Allen Iverson was jumping just as high. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, Brandon Roy, he had the
Brent,
knee
Mm,
issue
yeah.
where his cartilage was all gone, right? But
you know,
go ahead.
so I was just saying, like, body started to deteriorate and probably in the 2000s, 2010s. You know what I'm saying? So what was it? Like, what changed? You know, these guys back in the day was wearing Converses, bro.
Yeah,
Do we understand how hard that is? you know,
a soul and some cloth.
right? So it's like,
Yeah.
it's just wild to me, man. And I think it's more scientific more than anything. Alongside of just hormonal things. You know what I'm saying? So
But Mills, can I
yeah.
ask this question though? Do you believe that these kids are playing these sports at an earlier age, and that's some of the wear and tear that they're having that could be causing these things?
Nah.
There is a lot of AAU games going on, but think of it. In these AAU games, they're not playing their heart out. It's literally no defense. It's a showcase.
Hmm.
So we
Yeah.
can sit here and talk about they playing all these games, but it's no defense being involved. When you talk about games, and this is why I don't like to compare the players, but I'm going to compare the eras. Back in the day, the games was going on, but guys was playing defense. There's literally you had high scoring games in the park, 60 something to 60 something. You know what I'm saying? Like 50 something, 58 to 53. Like these are defensive style of games that you literally not allowing a guy to score, fouling hard, getting to the free throw line. Like you're gonna earn this basket at the free throw line. You're not gonna make this high flying situation, 360 layup. You're not doing none of that.
Mm.
So it was never the same. Guys was playing in the park, not no hardwood floors. So we can always keep talking about, oh, the level of games that AAU is playing. Yeah, but they're not learning the fundamentals of the game.
Yeah.
Kobe said it right before he died, God rest his soul. He literally said, we're losing in the aspect of the European basketball because in European basketball, they're learning the fundamentals of the game.
Yeah.
When to slide, when to hedge, when to double, when to show up high, soft hedge. Like guys nowadays are not learning that. We're just putting these guys out there in AAU and say run, throw the ball, shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Dunk the ball.
Yeah. Um, that's so true because listen, you guys will know this, students of the game. Back in the day, if you didn't play defense, you're a weirdo.
Weirdo, you
Ah,
got benched.
you're a
You wasn't
weirdo.
getting on the
You
you
ain't
wasn't
getting
getting on
on
the
no
court.
team.
You wasn't getting
Huh?
on the court.
Yeah, nobody's picking you up. You ain't getting on no team, man. They just look at
Facts.
you like you weird, bro. Now it's just like you can be the worst defensive player, but if you can make two threes, boom, you're on that team.
Here's
If
the
you
thing.
got the dribbles, all the dribbles, boom, you're on the team.
Here's the thing, though, right? Some people blame Steph Curry for the way the NBA looks right now, but I would like to blame the North American players who think athleticism is the main thing that's going to drive them in any sport. You know what I'm saying? You need to put in the time. You need to work on your craft. You need to work on your body.
Hey,
You
real quick,
can't just wake up and just go jump out the gym and expect that's going to be your life forever. Because Larry Johnson talked about it. You know what I mean? He was saying when he was with the Hornets, when he hurt his back, he went back to the fundamentals. But he should have been doing the fundamentals the whole time, and his career would have lasted a lot longer instead of even trying to dunk on everybody every chance he got.
Mhm.
Right? And I brought this up last part, and I'll bring it up again. Kobe Bryant said accidental basketball. They're not playing within a scheme to benefit the team. They're playing in the scheme to benefit me.
hmm,
Do you know what I mean?
okay. Sorry, real to what you're saying here. Now, if we say to a young fella now, yo, you gotta have footwork. What the hell is that? Looking at you like, what is that? You weird. Footwork. But footwork was a big part of the game. Footwork is a big part of the game.
You know
Sure,
that.
Kevin McHale, Kobe, all of these guys. You know,
Olajuwon,
Garnett.
even
Yeah,
Shaq.
Elijah. Yeah, footwork. Footwork. That is. Listen, when those Europeans learn defense, we are cooked.
Oh, we're toast.
Yeah, when they learn defense, we're cooked.
Now, let me branch this off, and I'm going to branch this off and give this to Mills first. So, with this topic of NBA players not loving the game like how they used to, how do you feel about Embiid as a fan of the game? Go ahead and cue him up, bro.
Queuing me up on Embiid is just funny.
Mm.
Man, listen, Embiid is a generational talent, right? Hardens of the world. It's just the dog mentality is not there. There's no reason why Embiid shouldn't be the best big to ever play this game. Um, it's just that hunger, you know. It's just certain people telling him like you just good. You know, he started off coming into the league with what was their thing? Um
Process.
process.
Yeah.
Bro, if you really believed in it, you still would have that same type of terminology, that same mindset, still to this day. It's a process, it's a grind. It don't never stop because you became MVP or because you felt like you got snubbed a couple of years to Joker. Like you gotta continue the process. It never stops. Time don't stop for nobody. You know, so the hunger for it itself is just like you can't you gotta practice what you preach. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
that's just really what it boils down to with Embiid. I mean, I know I said it before on the podcast. You know, he's going through a lot mentally. Um, so the pushing of the reporter, I'm with it. At the same time, I'm like, damn, you got to be a little more realization of just they're going to protect the reporters or media or the paparazzi more than protect you. You know, you a figure. So at the end of the day, the ideal is you can't do nothing to anybody that comes into your personal space, which is the dumbest thing ever. But that's the world we live in, right? You know, and you know what you signed up for. So yeah, that's all I gotta say with Embiid. I know you guys got more to say.
Go ahead, Da Vinci. Unless you want me to walk up to you, because I know this is a subject for you that you really love talking about.
I don't love anything about this. I don't like Joel Embiid. Period. Listen. Uh, like Mill said, you're a great basketball player, phenomenal. And I'm only gonna talk about what you do on the court. That's it, my guy. As the process and the leader of your team, for you to be coming out and said, I ain't playing no back to back. You didn't give him no context and no details. You just come out, I ain't playing no back to back. And for the organization to be sitting there and let that go when you got paid all of those monies to backtrack what we're talking about. Hmm? You think back in the day anybody could say that? No. For you to come out and say that, what example does that leave for your team? How do those guys get motivated behind you? Am I the only one that's seeing this? Hmm? How do those guys get motivated? Well, this guy's gonna get up every day and come to the court, ride or die for you because you don't want to play back to back, and you think like that's gonna help your team in some way. What about those nights they're gonna need you back to back? So listen, like I said, like I said, hey, listen, man, I ain't gonna comment on your personal life. I ain't gonna comment on your personal feelings. For me, when I talk it, it's just straight on the court.
I feel you. I feel you.
I respect your skills, but I don't respect you, brother. I think you're a dirty player. It's just facts. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I feel you. I
Oh,
feel you.
I second that. Definitely dirty as hell. And
yeah, yeah.
I don't know
Oh,
him personally, so I'm not even gonna go there. But again, for a person with that skill set, to like even right now, you got 6 foot McBride who literally just got over a screen and you flopping like, bro, what is this, bro? What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You literally have the best talent as a big man ever, ever. From
Yep.
Hakeem footwork to shooting the ball that you shooting it from, and Dirk Nowitzki to backing down like you can, like Shaq. You
Mhm.
got it all, and then dribble the ball like you never like. You got the moves. What is this fake, phony BS and wanting to injure somebody because they killing you?
Yep.
They literally locking your behind up.
Yep.
Mitchell Robinson literally locked you up, and you literally sat here and tried to injure the guy.
Yep.
You're corny for that. As a competitor, as an athlete, you're corny, bro, and you're never to be respected for that.
No.
I totally forgot. I swear to you, I totally forgot about that. But now, thank you, Navinci. You made me realize how much of a cornball you really are on the court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Especially what
karma
he
comes
did
your
to.
way. That's why I say karma centric is real. You get what your hand called for. This is why you got snubbed. All right. And I hope you continue to get snubbed. But
Yeah.
you're corny as a competitor.
Yeah.
Mitchell Robinson lock your behind up. You costing us. Get out of here, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like it's the whole temper tantrum things, bro. Like something doesn't go his way. It's what he did to OG. Like for me to do that and you weren't kicked out of the game, I understand the NBA had a business move because they want him in there, but to grab a man's leg while he's in the air and you're on the bottom, all of that. The amount of dirty plays he did last season against the Knicks was unreal.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna speak too heavily on that. I'm just gonna speak to what we're talking about NBA players really caring about playing because Embiid, regardless of the injury, okay, because we look at Greg Oden. Greg Oden had the dog, but his body just wouldn't hold up. Embiid has been injured since day one. He came into the league injury prone. So you're either gonna go one or two ways with it. You're gonna either put him in a box and break the box when it's necessary, or you won't roll the dice and let him go out there. And if he gets injured, he gets injured. He gets injured every year in the playoffs. Every year, the face bone, leg bone, this bone, that bone, back bone. It's just the way of the game. It's the way of the sport. There's injuries you can't dodge them. But to go play Team USA and then
Mm.
come back and say you're not gonna play back to back,
Mm.
I'm not gonna go after him. It's the organization. Philly 76ers, there's something wrong with y'all, man. Something wrong with
It's them
y'all.
too.
You know what I
It's
mean?
them
Something really
too.
wrong with y'all. Because before you go listen, he's been injured, he's rehabbing, you're not gonna play back to backs. And leave it at that. You leave us fans wondering what's going on when we hear, hey yo, we're not gonna play him back to backs. And that's that. You know what I mean? Now, speaking about the individual that wrote that story about him and his brother, um, he dumb for going in that locker room. He should have tried to find a way to talk to Embiid before he even seen him to try to diffuse the situation. That's one. Two, when you start talking about people's personal lives to that degree, being in that position where you've got a wide audience of people to listen to, or that would read it or listen to it, you're doing him a disservice. Now, Embiid, we thought Ben Simmons was the problem. And Ben Simmons is another guy out here stealing money. Because I don't know what's wrong with him. But you, Embiid, you won't win a championship. I don't even think you're going to make it to the finals ever in your career. Because you're using all these excuses instead of getting it done. And I understand for some people, they look at it like Kawhi does the same thing. But at least Kawhi's team, Kawhi, everybody around him lets you know his knee's messed up. Doing surgery, quad, whatever it is, surgery. With you, Embiid, it's just my stomach hurt. I got bubble guts. I ate something bad. For somebody that big to not take your own nutrition serious, you don't care about playing the game. You just care about the money. And I don't blame you, Playboy. Get your money. Do your thing. You know what I mean? Do your thing. But me as a fan of the game, you're selling us short. Because Joker's not the most athletic center in the world, but he out there every single game. He realized he can't walk around that big. He figured it out. Luka's gonna have a problem because he blow up, slim down, blow up. He better figure that ish out. Stop drinking so much damn beer, boy. But
And let's keep it real too, man. How many times when this guy was supposed to play Joker, something automatically just came up, just randomly came up. Oh, he's injured, bro. For for like 5 or 6 seasons or whatever, if I'm wrong, he has not played Joker till last season. Huh?
It only took him till he won the MVP that same season. He played Joker because that was it. That was the deciding factor of him winning the MVP in that season.
And King, to go back, listen, the whole him playing for the Olympics. Listen, okay, so in the playoffs, it was clear that he said he was banged up, everything,
he's
right?
injured.
He's injured, man.
Meniscus tear or
So
something in his knee.
yeah. So my thing is, what's more important, the Philadelphia 76ers? Because that's your job, right? That's your job.
Mhm.
Team USA got a lot of people. They don't even need you. They don't even need you, Embiid, right?
Yeah.
You got to protect yourself and you had to rehab and get better to come back for your team. But
Yeah.
you want to go to USA, do all of that, and then come back and then said you're injured, something's wrong, and you're not going to play back to back.
Yeah.
Like, how is that? How is this going over people's head?
I don't know. Let's leave it there, okay? Hey, people, comment below. Let us know what you think about this whole segment.